Man, it's a cold world outside. Man, it's a cold world. Today, I'm talking about Pat Beverly and the Pat Beverly podcast with Rome, which is now called Hooping and Hollering. Because we know that Pat Beverly, about 2 months ago, got into a situation with his 18-year-old daughter. Sister. She was living in his home, and I guess he came home, and there was a boy in the house. Or I think she was a minor, and she was in there with an 18-year-old boy. He came home and found him in the home, and it was alleged that he put hands on his sister. He was arrested for it. It was all in the papers. It got crazy, right? Barstool then told him, "Yo, we're gonna have to put the can on the podcast for a while until you hot right now, till everything die down, right?" Man, now we finding out the friends and the people that he employed to put on the show, they done messed around and took the show from him. But again, Pat is not without blame, because remember, Pat got in trouble with this, the situation, and it ended up hitting the news and everything.
Former Houston Rockets player is speaking out tonight after his arrest in Fort Bend County. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Daniela Guzman. Keith Garvin is off. Patrick Beverly was arrested at his home early this morning. He's charged with assault, family violence involving a household member. KPRC2 News reporter Corley Peel joining us now live about why Beverly's attorney says his arrest is a big misunderstanding.
Daniela, Patrick Beverly's attorney sent us a statement saying that he was defending his little sister at the time of that incident. Beverly is also cautioning the public about these allegations. Hours after bonding out of jail, Patrick Beverly posted on X saying, "Please don't believe everything you see on the internet. Hope all is well. Love." Fort Bend County deputies showed up to the former Rockets player's home before 4 a.m. Deputies say a situation transpired between family members, leading to a family violence incident. He was arrested and later made his $40,000 bond. Details about the crime are not clear. Beverly's attorney released a statement saying in part, he cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor, given that when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned, as any brother would be, about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court. And Beverly's attorney adds that he does not have a criminal record. This is an ongoing investigation, and we will keep you updated.
Now, Patrick Beverly podcast was independent at one time, but then, he wanted to do some business with them W folks, and he went over there with them W folks and signed, I guess, a multi-million-dollar deal with them. But once you do that, you sign over all your rights. They controlling everything. So the minute a scandal or any infraction or something comes down, they got the right to tell you, you can't come back on your show you produce, the show you got popping, the show people was tuning in to watch you. They tell you, man, you got to take a back seat, homeboy. So they make them take a back seat. But then they changed the name of the show and everything and got two W's on there running the show now, right? So now he's the odd man out.
Yeah, no, obviously horrific police report. No matter how bad, whatever it is, I saw Roan's speech on it. I thought it was good. Like, that's his life, and he's got to figure all this out. It's horrible. He is taking forced time away from Barstool, and we'll see if this turns out somehow not true. Like, we'll let the facts play out. Certainly with what is hanging there, we can't have them be part of what we're doing right now, and we got to see how it settles. But this is horrible, how it read, and if there's any truth to it, he won't be back at Barstool.
So you wait till like the trial almost?
Yes, yes. Like, there's no reason on my end to move unusually quick here.
No.
It's like a very serious issue. So before the police report came out, we still were going to do the pod, still do it. We had his version of events. Police report comes out, brutal. Call him, hey, just saw this police report. We can't be working with you right now. Figure out your life, figure out whatever's going on in here, and we will regroup when there's a resolution on whatever this is. That's kind of
So I told you, man, this thing is cutthroat. Now, mind you, this W guy, he gives him opportunity. This dude Rome. The Rome is like nobody knows who he is. He's a nobody. But you know, us being who we are, we always trying to get them W folks a shot and the opportunity. He gives this guy an opportunity, and he comes on to the show, and you know, we already know Patrick Beverly is well known. He's famous. He played overseas. He played in the NBA. You know, he made some bread, and you know he already got it popping. Now, mind you, was independent at the time before they went to Barstool, and he gave this guy a shot. He didn't give a brother a shot, but he gave this guy a shot. Right? Check it out.
What do you think about when Karl Malone gets included on teams like this?
I like it. I mean, I think he's top 20 greatest players to play.
You think Karl Malone is? But what about his off the court stuff? You know, does that factor in at all?
I really don't know a lot of off the court stuff about Karl Malone.
He got a 13-year-old pregnant. Timeout? You need a timeout? A 30-second?
No, fool.
Full?
I need a fucking full timeout. You wait a second. I have a question.
Talk to me.
When you said 13-year-old pregnant, was he 16?
I think it was a grown-up. Let's check. He was 20, and he got a 13-year-old pregnant. That doesn't seem cool to me.
So Pat eventually brought in Jason Williams, and we remember Jason Williams. He White Chocolate. He was a dynamic basketball player in the early 2000s. You know, he was known for the razzle dazzle and doing all that kind of stuff. He brought him in on the show, and so it was Rome, it was White Chocolate, and then it was Pat Bev, and they had the show popping, right? The Pat Bev show. It was going. It was on and popping. And once he went through the situation with his sister, and he got arrested, at some point the charges end up being dropped, and he ended up clearing it all up. And he went to Dave Portnoy, who was the CEO of Barstool, and basically saying, "Yo, man, listen, I'm ready to get this thing back popping again, man. All this stuff is over with, man. It's done." And he said, "Did you talk to your co-host? Did you talk to your people?" He was like, "Huh? Why would I have to talk to them? I hired them." And he was like, "Well, you need to go talk to them, man." This where it gets real juicy and interesting, because now he's in the grease.
My feelings towards Barstool. As you guys know, that I'm currently not on Hooping and Hollering right now. It came as a surprise a little bit, right? Actually shocked a little bit due to the fact that this show was the Pat Bev pod with Ron less than 6 months ago. So I get a call, right, through this whole process, right, this whole case process, right? I haven't been able to like really post anything with Barstool, you know, just until everything was over with. Dave has done a phenomenal job being communication-wise, right, allow me to still be with Barstool, but, you know, basically until I get my shit in order, you feel me, like, come back when you're not hot type of vibes, and I understood it. So now that, you know, everything has been, you know, the truth came out and everything is over with, I'll call Dave, like, okay, cool. It's time to get back on the pod. Like, what's up? You feel me? And Dave say, have you talked to the guys? And I'm like, okay. I don't know why I got to talk to them, but all right. I hit the group chat. You through this whole time, right? And I don't want to harp too much on this, but through this whole time, like, I ain't heard a word from Ron. Right? Not one word. Not, is you okay? Is family okay? Is mom okay? Is sister okay? Not a word. Right? And I'm an emotional type of dude, so y'all let me know if I'm in my feelings or not. I hit the group like, yo, you know, I'm back, boys. I'm ready to work. You feel me? Like, man, stuff is past, man. Y'all been holding down. I'm ready to get back to work. Ron reached out to me, man. I know you glad this is over, this. I'm like, all right, so okay, when do we start? And then they go quiet. And I'm like, they like, have you talked to anybody? I'm like, talk to anybody? Like, I talked to Dave. Dave say, have I talked to y'all? I talked to y'all. Y'all tell me, have I talked to somebody else? So me and Dave get on the phone. And Dave, shout out to Dave too, man. Solid dude since day one. Like from him finding me into where I am right now, media wise, he's been a phenomenal, right? I talked to Dave, and Dave hit me like, yeah, the guys wanted me to reach out and tell you that they want to keep going how the party is now. You know, you've been gone for 3 months, and they want to, just keep that going right now. And I'm like, what guys? Like, what guys are you talking about? Like, he's like, the guys from the pod. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? Like, why hasn't, you feel me? I'm talking about producers. Like, I'm talking about I got people who produce the show currently. I had them sleeping on my couch in my house, bought them beds, have my chef cook them meals. Like,
And see, this right here is teaching me a lesson, because I'm the type of person, man. I'm a Leo, man. I always damn near do more for people than I do for myself. I create programs, work with children. I'm outside doing a whole bunch of stuff outside, damn near spending more time working with the public than my own family, right? And I see stuff like this. You put people on, and I vent sometimes to my wife that it's like, you do stuff for people, but the very things that you do for people, you know that they won't do the same thing for you. And it weighs heavy on you sometimes. I mean, I get it. Like he put these guys on, and these guys couldn't get it popping nowhere else. They couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do what Pat Bev was doing. Pat Bev did it and when Pat Bev went through his problems, instead of them laying and waiting for the homie to put them on and being loyal, no, they being disloyal. They trying to carry on the show without him. They're trying to move on. They want to move on without him. And there's people out here like, you'll give somebody your last, or you'll do something for somebody. They won't do the same thing for you, and it even be families. And I know sometimes it's a thankless job, like when you are strong and you're a leader. And I don't expect every time I do something for somebody, I expect things. But I know out here, there are people out here that would not give you the same loyalty that you give them. And it's scary sometimes, because sometimes you need help. Sometimes, man, you go through changes and you go through things where you need people when you get in the grease and it get real hot. And you need people to have your back. And these people now, they trying to snake him behind his back, man, to the point where, man, like, he wasn't done. He's still saying this.
I still ain't heard from him. Excuse me if I feel some type of way, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. You feel me? I'm wrong a lot. But I'm a real dude. So y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not for feeling this type of way. I say, Dave, why are you telling me this? Like, why ain't nobody from the pod like telling me this? Yeah, they told me to reach out to you. Right? And I'm like, okay, so what you saying? Like, what you saying? I'm just saying that guys don't want you on the pod. I'm like, but we was just doing numbies on the pod, right? We was me, J. Will, Wrong, first episode, 119,000, second episode, 94,000. Like, you feel me? Like, we've been doing numbies. Like, I say, all right, cool, right? Cool. And Dave talk, we chop it off about 30 minutes, right? We hang up. I hit Wrong, text him. Like, damn, dog, like, you could have warned me about the bullet I was about to get, right? I thought we was friends, right? I thought we was, you feel me? Like, but regardless, it's always love, Wrong. You know the vibes. Like, you know the vibes. You feel me? Like, you Brody, to me still, right? Like, you know the vibes. Wrong hit me back like, yeah, man, I just found out 15 minutes ago before you talked to Dave. Like, I guess they made a business decision. So I'm really confused right now, right? I'm really confused. If we live in a place where it's innocent until proven guilty and I'm innocent, I don't understand why, like, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, he called the CEO, and the CEO basically snitched on them two dudes, let them know, like, they don't want you on the podcast, right? But my whole thing is with Dave, you the CEO. You know that he is the show. You got money invested in. Nobody tuning in to watch Rome and White Chocolate. They was tuning in because Patrick was there. So while I don't know, man, this thing is crazy. But this is what happens when you trust people. And listen, man, this is what happens when sometimes, man, when you got a good heart and you want to put people on and help people out. This is what some people would do to you, man. It's bad, man, but this is just part of the game. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think that them dudes was right for doing what they did to Patrick? Or what you think Patrick Beverly should do? What's your opinion? Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.